What is up, guys? Junior's Way here, and yes, it is the 2025 Mr. Olympia now. What we saw in the 212, more or less likely we know it was going to be between Keone and Sean. So yeah, the prejudging was very kind of a little bit upsetting. People had Sean winning. Sean gained more size. He was more lean. He looked more dense. He was sharp. His skin just looked more thin. But Keone was still bigger, so we're not going to say, even though he gained size, he still wasn't bigger than Keone. But he did make improvements from last year, like a lot of improvements in every area. His body was just more big. People didn't think that, like, how more big is Sean going to get? And he proved that he can get bigger. He can get back that conditioning that he had. I think it was when he had won his first 212. I think that was the year with Big Ramy. Anyways, so he had lost that conditioning and he gained it back. I wouldn't say maybe better than that, but he sort of bring back that conditioning with more size, giving Keone a run for his money. And Keone was off compared to what he was, in my opinion, last year. He looked better. But he did come back, and I think he, in my opinion, yeah, he did look a bit tighter, but he still did not beat Sean's conditioning. He still did not, outshine him in conditioning and density and muscle maturity. But the wrongness, the size, the shape and the structure, everyone knows that he has like the best structure in bodybuilding, complete with like everything except his midsection. His midsection doesn't look that appealing. That's why I think he goes a lot for a vacuum. He looks better with a vacuum, a waistline coming up more with that classic kind of look, and that does make him stand out. Having that throughout bodybuilding would be something really nice and very nice attribute to keep. So did he do enough to beat Sean? It's hard to throw off a champ. When somebody's already a champ, you've got to prove, well, that, hey, you can outtake the champ and you can beat the champ. In my opinion, I think that Keone could have come in more sharp and better, leaving like it unquestionable. I think it's like a 50-50 to me. It could have gone anyways. I still think that with structure-wise, I guess the judges from pose to pose, I guess he won by posing. And of course, he's a great poser. We know that he poses well from classic physique. But I guess the judges went from pose to pose, and that's why they probably gave him the win. Because, I mean, conditioning does win shows, and balance, symmetry, and all that. But the posing for pose, sometimes the judges has to bring it down to something. So like I said, to really beat a champ, you've really got to come good, or the champ has to be like off, like completely off, which he was off, but he did look better in the finals. So I guess the judges give it to him, but in my opinion, I would still say that Sean did outshine him. But I guess it could have gone either ways, and it's really, I think it's really sad for Sean, because he did make improvement. Like, what more can Sean do? What more can Sean do to the next Olympia? He brought up everything. His body parts. He was more conditioned than Keone. And Keone is going to get better. So who will beat Keone unless Keone is off? I mean, the midsection is just one area. His gut isn't distended. It's just that he doesn't have that of appealing abs. That's why, like I said, he goes for the vacuum. But that alone cannot make him lose to Sean. Just that, unless his stomach was like really distended. It's just that it's not that appealing. But I think he will need to fix that at the next Mr. Olympia, though. I think he should fix that, because for some reason or the other, it does look a little bit distended to an extent, but not to like nothing serious. So that's it, guys. That's a wrap for me. I think it could have gone either ways. I wouldn't have been upset if Sean had won, but I think Keone should have been more sharp to actually be Mr. Olympia. Like, there shouldn't be no question about it. So I guess they gave it all again, because from pose to pose and structure. So that's it, guys. If you like the video, please leave a like, share, subscribe. Until my next video, thank you, and that's it. Safe.